Honorable Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa, MP, member.
Abusia and President John Dramani Mahama I swear in the new Ghana Armed Forces Council no was swear in as where new members Abusia Omabeboa na Ghana Armed Forces adwumakuo no atimi akoso Abusia wo sa adwumade na no Professor Jena na opoku agiman enso e de ni speech e bai owura JDM so e de ni speech e bai yenhwe video no na yentie nsem ya JDM kan a ebeboa Ghana Armed Forces no na so kira wadwen e fa video yi ho.
State, Chief of the Defense Staff and Service Chiefs, distinguished members of the Ghana Armed Forces Council, officers, men and women of the Ghana Armed Forces, ladies and gentlemen, friends of the media. It is with great honor and deep appreciation that I stand before you today to swear in the newly appointed members of the Armed Forces Council as established by Article 211 of the 1992 Constitution. This solemn occasion reaffirms our collective commitment to the security, stability, and professional excellence of our armed forces. Our forces are not just a vital institution within our national security framework. They are the guardians of the sovereignty, the protectors of our democracy, and a source of immense pride for the people of Ghana. For decades, the Ghana Armed Forces have stood as a disciplined, professional, and highly respected institution, earning international recognition for your dedication to peacekeeping missions, humanitarian efforts, and the defense of our territorial integrity. From ensuring peace in our communities to responding to security threats across the sub-region, you continue to demonstrate unwavering commitment and sacrifice. Your service underlines the highest ideals of patriotism, duty, honor, and for this you have the full appreciation of the government and people of Ghana. Today, as we swear in the distinguished members of the Armed Forces Council, we reaffirm the critical role of this body in the governance and administration of our military. The responsibility placed on your shoulders as a council is one of great national importance. The strength of our armed forces depends not only on the bravery of the men and women in uniform, but also on the leadership, policies, and decisions that guide them. Your mandate is clear: to provide strategic leadership and oversight that ensures the Ghana Armed Forces remain an effective, modern, and disciplined force. To uphold the highest standard of governance, professionalism, and accountability within the military. To safeguard the welfare of our officers, men and women who risk their lives in the service of our nation. The decisions you make as a council will shape the future of our armed forces. It is therefore imperative that you approach this duty with wisdom, integrity, and a deep commitment to national service. In today's world, the nature of our security threats is rapidly evolving. From terrorism and cybercrime to political instability and climate-related security challenges, our armed forces must remain prepared to respond effectively in any circumstances. This means we must invest in the necessary tools, training, and infrastructure to keep our military strong, adaptable, and ahead of emerging threats. This administration remains unwavering in its commitment to the modernization of the Ghana Armed Forces. We'll continue to prioritize the following. 1, capacity building programs that enhance the skills and expertise of our personnel, ensuring that they are equipped to handle both conventional and unconventional threats. 2, investment in modern military technology and equipment to strengthen our national defense capabilities. 3, enhanced infrastructure development, including improved barracks, training facilities, and logistics support systems. 4, improved welfare and support systems for military personnel and their families, recognizing that the well-being of our armed forces extends beyond the battlefield. In recent years, we've seen the increasing role of technology in warfare: drone technology, intelligence gathering, and defense coordination. As a nation, we must embrace this reality and work towards a defense strategy that leverages innovation, data-driven security solutions, and modern military practices. Ghana has long been a beacon of peace in West Africa and beyond. Our armed forces have played a significant role in regional and international peacekeeping operations, working alongside global partners to restore stability in many conflict zones. Our commitment to regional security cooperation remains strong, and as a nation, we will continue to strengthen our partnerships with our regional bodies such as ECOWAS and the African Union, as well as our international allies, to collectively address security challenges that affect not just Ghana, but the entire globe. The Armed Forces Council must work to deepen these engagements, ensuring that Ghana's military remains at the forefront of peacekeeping, counter-terrorism, and cross-border security initiatives. We will continue to support training exchanges, intelligence sharing, and joint operations that enhance our ability to respond to global security threats. Distinguished members of the Council, the strength of any military is built on the foundation of discipline, integrity, and ethical leadership. It is not just the weapons or the size of an army that define its effectiveness, but the character, morale, and professionalism of its personnel. Ghana has long prided itself on having one of the most disciplined and respected military forces in the world, and we must never take this for granted. As members of the Armed Forces Council, you must ensure that the highest standards of ethical conduct, transparency, and accountability are maintained within the ranks of our armed forces. Corruption, misconduct, and abuse of power must have no place in our military. Your leadership must inspire confidence, fairness, and trust, both within the armed forces and among the Ghanaian people. A strong military is one that earns the respect of its citizens through service, integrity, and unwavering dedication to duty. To the gallant officers, men and women of the Ghana Armed Forces, I want to take a moment to express our deep gratitude for your service and sacrifice. Your unwavering dedication to duty ensures that our dear nation Ghana remains peaceful, stable, and secure. Many of you have left your families behind for extended period, serving in difficult and dangerous environments. You've responded to national emergencies, provided humanitarian assistance, and defended our borders against threats. Indeed, several of you have paid the ultimate sacrifice for your nation. The government recognizes these sacrifices and will remain committed to supporting you in every way possible. Your welfare, professional development, and operational needs will always be a top priority. We'll continue to advocate for better conditions of service, access to quality healthcare, and opportunities for career advancement within the military. In conclusion, as we move forward, let us all commit to working together to build a stronger, more modern, and more resilient Ghana Armed Forces. To the newly sworn-in members of the Ghana Armed Forces Council, I urge you to embrace this responsibility with dedication and a clear vision. Let us ensure that our military remains not just an institution of defense, but a symbol of national unity, excellence, pride, and progress. Together, we can shape the future of our armed forces for generations to come. At this point, I would also like to extend my sincere gratitude to the outgoing members of the Armed Forces Council and the service commanders who have diligently served our nation. Your dedication and leadership have contributed immensely to the strengthening of our military and maintaining the high professional standards and discipline that have been a mark of the Ghana Armed Forces. Your service has been invaluable, and Ghana is deeply grateful for your efforts. On this note, I also wish to congratulate all newly sworn-in members of the Armed Forces Council. I have no doubt that you will serve with honor, wisdom, and unwavering commitment to Ghana. May God bless you all, and may God bless our homeland, Ghana. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I refer to the protocol established by our boss and greet all of you. Thank you for being here. I think there's something we can all notice. Those of us who've paid attention to other swearing-in ceremonies will notice that this is the only one we don't have family and friends to take pictures. And I think that the import is not lost on any one of us. This is a very, very solemn event, more so than a celebratory one. We are talking about the security of our country. It is not the appointment that we have fanfares about. And I want to thank our president for the honor done us. And I want to assure him that as members of council, we will rise to the responsibility and ensure that his confidence is not misplaced. I think this is very important. As a council, we accept to serve diligently, loyally, with patriotic zeal to reset the Ghana and reset the Ghana Armed Forces too, to ensure that we have peace, we have stability for our beloved nation. So we want to ensure that the Ghana Armed Forces retain, sustain, and even extend its reputation, which is established globally. We are very proud of our armed forces, and we know that they have even further to go. Congratulations. And this is also the time to remember those who've come before us and all the roles they have played. And our pledge is to ensure that we strengthen and even add on to what they have established, which is very admirable and which we celebrate. And as an advisory council, as a council, we are in an advisory position, very separate from management, but ending with us. And this is something we need to take very important notice of, so we don't mix our roles. And therefore, we will ensure that we give sound advice on matters of policy, those that relate to defense, to strategy, including military budgeting and finance, administration, and promotion of officers above the rank of lieutenant colonel or its equivalent. We know that our country is facing some challenges in terms of security, our borders, even internal challenges. And therefore, we need to pay attention to all of these, even as we pay attention to our bilateral and multilateral relations in relation to security. They are all very important. There are times when we can't go alone. We have to follow an ECOWAS, we have to call on the AU, and we have to negotiate well to ensure that our people, the men and the women, return peacefully, return with all the knowledge that they have acquired in the process. We should also not be, we shouldn't forget about other illegal things going on in the country. We have illegal mining, illegal logging, illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing piracies, violent extremism, terrorism. These remind all of us, even chieftaincy disputes, all of these should remind all of us that there's a lot of work ahead. As a council, we pledge to play our role, and we want to invite everybody to come along. Security, as they say, is everybody's business. We also know that we are facing, an economic crisis, that's what it is. And this has saddled the Ministry of Defense with a debt of 3.7 billion Ghana cedis, including a 275 million indebtedness to food suppliers. We need to improve infrastructure, including housing. We have a huge deficit. But we also know that there's so much capability in our military forces. And we also know the roles they can play towards advancing our 24-hour economy. The military doesn't lack talent or skill in any of our disciplines. So we call on you to support us. We have the DIHOC, that is the Defense Industrial Holding Company, and this requires private sector participation for food production, for infrastructural development, for many things. And it will not be too much to expect that in the manufacturing sector, even vehicle assembly, the pharmaceutical production, whatever, we see our Ghana Armed Forces participating effectively in all these areas. So we invite all of us, especially our armed forces, to champion the 24-hour economy through what they also do. And we want to assure our president that the Ghana Armed Forces will continue to use the methods that are humane, the methods that are effective in their, including modern technology in whatever form, to enhance operational efficiency of the forces. So, Mr. President, we want to thank you and we want to assure you that we'll carry the mandate you have reposed in us and we'll continue to dialogue with you whenever necessary. This is also the time for me to add my voice to what our boss has said in relation to the outgoing CDS and chiefs and service chiefs. We want to commend them highly for what they have done for this country. And we know that sometimes when you leave, your knowledge, your examples don't leave. And I mention in particular General Thomas Opompepra, the Chief of Defense Staff, Lieutenant General Bismarck Kwesi Onguna, Chief of Army Staff, Vice Admiral Issa Adam Yakubu, Chief of Naval Staff, and of course, Air Marshal Frederick Asarikwesi Bequin, Chief of Air Staff. We want to thank you, God bless you, in your immediate and remote activities. Thank you all for your kind attention.